anyways, the YouTube VTuber Purge has begun by Hirohei. I would assume this is the change due to the change of the YouTube TOS that will happen. The 15th of July, YouTube is going to change the TOS according to unoriginal content, and it will mostly probably target AI content. I think reactions fall already under fair use, so nothing should happen here. I just threw my cigs at his eye and ran. You're smoking? Bad boy.
Recently announced that they were making some policy changes to...
and that might actually hit also clippers, which is terrible for VTubers and generally just everyone. Because even though clippers make money of it, it's also like VTubers and like other content creators just in general benefit from clippers. So it's going to be interesting how they're going to do that. I mean, if it hits me at the end of the day, I guess I'm cooked. Can't do much.
The reused content policy in particular. Now, this is something that about 4 years ago or so, YouTube was having issues with already, because a lot of people were getting their channels negatively impacted either through strikes or outright removal over alleged reused content, even though that policy really wasn't being enforced properly on a number of channels. Now, surely it was being enforced properly in some cases. I'm not saying it was like 100% faulty, but there were absolutely cases where, as mentioned, this policy was targeting people that it shouldn't have been targeting. And I'm using that like targeted.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a bit of a problem, but I guess we're doing it again. I guess we are in fact doing it again.
Loosely, because I think it's all just like algorithmic. It's not like these channels were manually being targeted, probably. It was like the algorithm was like falsely flagging channels and falsely taking them down over this, once again, reuse content policy. And I did see at least plenty of those channels were able to get YouTube's attention on Twitter, actually, because you got to like tag Team YouTube, which in of itself is like kind of a mess. Like, no, you don't go through YouTube, you actually go through Twitter, and you got to publicly tag Team YouTube and tell them what's going on and hope they fix it.
Yeah, but they don't care. Like, YouTube doesn't care. If like my channel gets yeeted, that thing is gone forever. It's just gone. If my channel gets yeeted, it's just gone. There's an unlikely, that would be very unlikely for YouTube to be like, yes, let's fix this. Let's bring this guy's channel back. That doesn't happen. That didn't even happen with Taiga, who was falsely reported. He's still, I don't think he has his YouTube channel back. I could be wrong.
I digress. A lot of these channels were restored and content was restored after Team YouTube stepped in, was aware of it and stepped in and fixed the problem. But fast forward.
Oh, so they do fix things if they see them. Well, that's a rare occasion.
Forward now, like 4 years later, and YouTube, let me add really quick. Over the last 4 years or so, that stuff kind of like worked out. I wasn't seeing this problem arising that much anymore. So it seemed like things were going pretty well on that front, at least, regarding the reuse content policy being applied improperly, incorrectly. Now, fast forward 4 years, and like last week or something, they announced that they were making changes to the reuse content policy, to which a number of VTubers were saying how this could probably affect things like Clipper channels, for example. And now we're seeing one of the first, or maybe the first casualty of such, and it is a Fillion Clipper channel. We see the tweet here that says from Flippin' Fillion. So YouTube just take.
I don't get how YouTube is that annoyed about like clippers and stuff. TikTok does it all the time. Like, there's so many clippers on TikTok. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Once again, you're fucking up, and other platforms are just better in that regard.
Take down my Clipper channel with over 150,000 subs in an instant. No warning, no nothing. Team YouTube. At Team YouTube, all the videos on my channel featuring Fillion were made with her full permission. I work under her as a Clipper. Please bring it back, and tagging Fillion right there too. We can see the screenshot saying Flippin' Fillion was removed from YouTube. Your channel, Flippin' Fillion, wasn't following our policy on community guidelines. We removed it to protect our community. If you think we made the wrong call, we'd be happy to take another look. Begin your review to see more info and start your appeal. You can review and appeal until July 7th, 2030. So we see people tagging Team YouTube here.
Yeah, once again, Team YouTube does stupid shit. It's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. Oh, look. Smogalana. Hello. Bestest. Yeah, since when big company care for peasant complaints? Yeah, they don't. I like it because if you see shorts, it's just good creators' videos with a random gameplay. It's just bloody annoying. It really depends. It really depends. For shorts, sure. But in general, for like clippers, with permission, I see no issue. It's like they're not just shorts, right? They're like actual people who clip like moments.
We get a response. Team YouTube says, the first step here is to appeal, which sends your channel directly to our policy team, and they'll follow up with you over email. You can appeal in Studio or via this form. You can also view your appeal confirmation and anticipated review time in Studio. Probably the responses here are not so good, I'm going to guess. Let's take a look. I can't tell if this account is a bot or mentally beaten intern. Are you acoustic? Huge F.
Are you acoustic? Yeah, pretty much accurate. Yeah, Shy Lily last year. Yeah, it's just like, sometimes I'm like, is this a human? Is this not a human? And oftentimes like, it's not a human.
L. Stop closing down approved Clipper accounts. You did this to Shy Lily last year, and you've clearly done nothing to adjust for this. Oh, I forgot about the Shy Lily one too. Okay, well, still, like I said, like while the policy issues do seem like they were getting better over the last 4 years, clearly there were some issues here and there. One more response we'll take a look at reads, appeal. You have the owner of the content telling you herself she approved of this. You should have immediately reversed it after seeing that. Now, this policy in of itself is not all bad. The issue is like when it gets applied incorrectly. But like there's definitely channels on YouTube where you can...
People are just so done with all these companies just applying their policies weirdly or wrong or in like it's just or like the double standards and shit. Just apply them for everyone. Just everyone gets the same treatment. Of course you won't do that because the bigger money makers, you just don't care. I know, but regardless, I think this would be good for everyone if like everyone got, if somebody fucks up, they just get the punishment that the TOS says, regardless of the size. That doesn't matter.
You can argue this sort of policy would be good to effect. For example, I've seen like literal AI channels on YouTube that are getting like well into the tens of millions of views per month, literally uploading like fake content. It's like AI generated images and like the occasional like AI generated video in between. When I say video, I mean, you know, like 5-second clip or whatever. And they make this whole like fake video saying something like Keanu Reeves was at a coffee shop and some cat was stuck under a truck outside. Keanu Reeves heard the cat crying and heroically rushed outside, lifting up the entire truck and saving the cat. The bystanders cheered on. And it's like literally
what the fuck? That is a thing. The only good AI things that I like are the Yetis, the Bigfoots, and there's a black guy saying he shits he ate like a ton of food and now he like was spreading his shit through the entire restaurant, or that kind of stuff. But aside from that, nah, kind of not.
Fake story. Now Keanu Reeves is pretty cool. I think he's probably one of the only celebrities that's like actually a good person. From what I've seen, Keanu Reeves is one of the good ones. And so obviously a lot of people like Keanu Reeves, and these sort of like AI channels take advantage of that by making these fake stories and stuff. But what's like especially unbelievable is you go to the comment section of those videos, if you've ever seen them, and it's like people actually like believing the stories. They're like, wow, see, Keanu Reeves is amazing. And it's like, yeah, he's pretty cool, but like clearly this story's
fake. That's like the thing. I feel like, again, I'm gonna say it, a lot of people are just bots. They straight up just are. Like, this is AI generated. Be like, oh, cool, so great. It's like, bro, what? What do you mean? That's crazy that it happened. And like, bro, this is AI generated. The fuck you mean? This did never happen.
Fake, and it's all like AI generated. So I think when they're making policies like this, they're trying to like largely target channels like that, and or channels who are literally just like re-uploading someone else's content. Like not transformative at all. There's no like fair use argument to be made. It's like literally just re-uploading someone else.
Like what we are here doing, reacting and actually yapping. Right, Mr. Chair React? Hassan Piker? Yeah, that one. And his orbiters.
Else's content, in which you would then say it's like reuse content, and this policy should take effect. Now here's where it gets a little complicated, because like to the algorithm, I suppose they may see a Clipper channel and think that's kind of what's happening there. Like, oh, wait, this content's already on YouTube, but it's now getting re-uploaded. Obviously, the clippers do transform the content in a number of ways with some.
I do think that this might in fact hit a few reaction YouTubers. That may include us here. Maybe. I don't know. If they're gonna do anything, change anything, touch anything, I have no idea. I hope not. I hope not. This would be bad, but they might. You never know. Because YouTube is kind of retarded in that regard.
Subtitles and like edits and stuff too. But the algorithm seems to still be making these mistakes, and it's really annoying that people have to then like beg Team YouTube to take a look. Obviously, they mentioned this like in-system way of appealing, but sometimes that takes a long time for them to actually like review. Meanwhile, the whole freaking channel's deleted and they can't upload the clips and whatever else. So it's a whole mess. And like there should definitely be better ways for this to happen. Alas, we're seeing with the policy changes coming up that this is, as mentioned, one of the first casualties. Hopefully things don't get worse from here. But like I'm kind of nervous about all this stuff. It's not good for clippers, and it can just like cause a lot of.
Yeah, it's not good for the clippers. It's also like a good spiral. Remember that there's probably very likely Fillion has probably talked with this clipper, and like she may receive money from that. The clipper receives money from clipping, obviously. So this is a slight problem. It is. This is like, obviously this does also financially harm the content creator that this person works with. It's just not a good look. It's just not a good idea. I think clippers should be exempt from that.
Problems for people I've seen in the past as well. I should clarify too, the reason I keep bringing up the reused content policy in particular is because, for example, right here, YouTube is tightening its policies on reused content, particularly targeting on original content for monetization. Starting July 15, 2025, creators applying for or already a part of the YouTube Partner Program will face stricter scrutiny regarding content that appears mass-produced, repetitive, or lacking in authenticity. Now, as mentioned, this is where it conflates to like those AI-generated channels that I was talking about, regarding like mass-produced and lacking in authenticity specifically. So like you could argue like reuse content, maybe there's like a better terminology they could use for like going after AI channels, but like I'm kind of baking that into this because of those reasons.
Yeah, I'm kind of this terminology is so like it's like spongy. It's like, okay, what does mass-produced mean? What does repetitive mean? What does lacking in authenticity mean? Like, what do these mean? It's like very, what's the word? It's just not clear. It's just very, very kind of cautious language here. It's not definite. It's not like what.
And I think the policy algorithmically looks at it the same way.
It's just not kind of, it doesn't give you really idea what they actually mean with that. People say it's AI, but is it actually going to just be AI, as seen right now with the Clipper channel?
As well. Like going after Clipper channels, for example, and going after the sort of like mass-produced, like unauthentic AI-generated content and whatnot. But it doesn't stop there. I've seen like people making like top 5, top 10 lists getting hit for used content over the years. It's debatable if you think that should or should not get hit when it's literally just like anime clips turned into a top 5 or 10 and it's not that transformative, as opposed to maybe like doing a whole commentary over it as well. I'm not here to debate like the morality of that or if you think that should or should be okay. I'm just giving you another example of content I have seen hit with this sort of policy in the past. TechCrunch wrote about these policy changes and this update. We're just going to read this single paragraph really quick. You'll see why in just a second. They say, some YouTube creators were concerned that the update would limit their ability to monetize certain types of videos like reaction videos or those featuring clips. But a post from YouTube head of editorial and creator Liaison Renee Ritchie says that's not the case.
I kind of don't trust you guys. That's the problem. I kind of just don't trust them in that regard. I just don't do it. I just don't trust them, but apparently reactions are safe. Chat, we're safe. According to YouTube themselves, but I still don't know. We'll see. We'll see. When I die on the 15th, then I know.
So, not supposed to go after clippers. Just giving further merit to what I mentioned, that's probably just an algorithmic mistake. And what else is new? I suppose at the very least we can say that an algorithmic mistake is probably still better than what happens over at Twitch, where they seem to be systematic.
True, true. Hopefully it was just an issue of the algorithm. Maybe, I don't know, they posted the clip that was a bit dangerous. Sus, I don't know. But in general, it seems still fine. Well, they have confirmed, in this case, chat, we save.
And intentionally targeting VTubers with like more strict policy enforcement while they...
The hips, chat, the hips. Don't have... Twitch be like, kids don't have hips.
Give their cam girls and political streamers like Hassan free passes on the same stuff or worse stuff. Returning to the Fillion situation though, with the clipper flippin' Fillion herself would respond saying, "Hey YouTube, I fully approve of flippin' Fillion uploading my content on the site. Please support my clipper." However, things don't seem to be looking that good as of the update posted. As you can see, 2 hours ago, Flippin' Fillion made this update that reads, 3 days later, channel is still down. The appeal got rejected. Right now, I'm trying to work.
And that is what makes me believe they are kind of retarded when it comes to that. Like I said, it's a classic YouTube moment.
Something out with someone who might be able to help. I'm keeping my hopes up. We can see an image here that says, "Your channel won't be put back on YouTube. We've taken a careful look at your channel again and confirmed that it violates our community guidelines policy. We recognize it's disappointing news, but our goal is to keep the YouTube community safe and supported." Meanwhile, every single video that...
Yeah, because remember, a clipper is very unsafe. Not those AI-generated videos of, characters in sexually compromising poses and behavior. Not the YouTube transparent clothing cleaning videos. Not the loophole with the breastfeeding stuff. No, not at all. Not ASMR Gate, which is essentially just ASMR YouTubers trying to get their male audience onto their OnlyFans. No, that's of course not it. That's, of course, safe to the community, but a clipper, oh, nah. Safe until proven differently. If you ask YouTube owners, every account within YouTube was always safe. Yeah, true. That's very true. I just don't trust them at all in that regard. Nah, I just don't.
We upload, there's like 20 NSFW bots right in the comments trying to scam people, but yeah, no, that's we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna go after clipper channels.
And AI ads and the regular ads that are straight up corn. Yeah, definitely save. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Look, I like YouTube. I'm very grateful to be here on YouTube. I do like the platform overall. I think it's like great, but there's some seriously jarring issues and stuff like this just comes off a little tone deaf when they talk about like problems, but then they're doing things like this and these other problems like permeate the platform. Like this whole bot thing's been going on for what, well over a year now, right? I know bots have been on the platform for a long time, but I'm talking about like specifically the ones who've been like infecting comment sections all over YouTube. I don't think a few years ago it was this bad. It seems like it's gotten worse. I don't know though. I don't know.
Yeah, YouTube just doesn't care. This is what it is. YouTube does not care. That's the thing. They don't even care when it hits bigger content creators. Like they just don't care. They just don't care. They don't give a rat's ass.
Flippin' Fillion then said, "Still not giving any specific reasoning behind it. I know Team YouTube has a pretty bad reputation, but experiencing it firsthand is truly mind-boggling." And we've got one more screenshot here. This says, "We have reviewed your appeal for the following. Channel Flippin' Fillion. We reviewed your channel carefully and have confirmed that it violates our community guidelines. We know this is probably disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all." How this affects your channel.
Safe place. Uh-huh. Sure. Definitely a safe place with all the things I've just pointed out. Liars.
It's like rubbing salt in the wound. How this affects your channel. We won't be putting your channel back up on YouTube. Learn about your resolution options. Thanks, the YouTube team. Wow. Yeah, okay. Oh, but Team YouTube did make another response. Check this out. Totally understand how important this is for you. Mind sharing your channel URL so we can take a closer look. So, hey, I mean, sometimes they do pull through in the end. Hopefully that'll be the case here. Hopefully things work out for Bro and for Fillion. Let me know what you guys think about this, though. Maybe we'll have like a good resolution.
They're either lazy, incompetent, or AI. That's very true.
and things actually will be okay from here, or maybe this is just the start of things becoming even worse. We'll have to see. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments. Consider liking and or subscribing if
It's very simple. I don't trust YouTube. Not even a little bit. I know that they're kind of retarded sometimes. Remember protest of YouTubers back in 2014 or before? Yeah. That happened. So that's a very faint memory about fair rights use. Yeah. That's a rather faint memory though, to be fair. But in general, from what I can tell, I don't trust YouTube on this at all. There will be plenty of channels probably again being like falsely flagged and like taken down. Like you have to like try to beat like YouTube's ass for it, so it works. But in general, it's just bullshit. It's just straight up is, and they're continuing to do so. YouTube is just useless, especially on Twitter, and in general, they're just useless. But anyways, we'll see what happens with this. Like, comment, and subscribe.